everyone, welcome back to Obscurus Lupa Presents. Ready for another shitty horror movie sequel? Too bad, we're watching Howling 4 anyway. Howling 4 is technically not a sequel and more of a reimagining of the first film, which is painfully obvious due to the fact that it's a crappier version of the same story. Both movies are based on the same novel, and I've been told that this is the more faithful adaptation of it. It must have been a really fucking awful novel then! The original Howling was a very solid horror movie about a newswoman who is sent to a rehabilitation center after an encounter with a serial killer, and then discovers that everyone there is a werewolf. The movie is very good, if a little bit flawed near the end. Howling 4, the original Nightmare, is the exact same story, just replace newswoman with author, and solid with boring and nonsensical. The movie begins with stock footage worthy of Love and Curses before cutting to our main character Marie as she rides in a giant Tylenol capsule. A nun gets into the elevator with her and stares all creepy-like.
God damn it! Excuse me, sis.
What? How the hell did she stop the elevator if she wasn't real?
Marie, are you okay?
Is this shot alright?
You know, it's not really your books I love. It's the fact that you're the only client who's always on time.
Okay,
You know, it's
firstly,
not really
he's out of sync. Secondly, did he
fact
change
that you're the
accents
only client
mid-sentence?
who's always
Marie and her publisher Tom go to lunch when Marie sees the nun again. You know, if I was seeing nuns that weren't really there, I might go to a mental hospital or react.
Are you okay? I mean, it may very well be that Arrow is prepared to pay a much larger rent.
Dreams. They're just dreams. They're not real. Just dreams.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Well, at least they put her in a hospital where she belongs. Oh, thank goodness, this horrible cut scared me. Marie's husband, Richard, talks with the doctor about what her problem might be, and comes to the conclusion that her imagination has driven her over the edge.
What you and your wife have got to face up to is the enormous pressure she's under as a best-selling author.
Really?
Do you want...
You're a doctor, years of studying medicine, and the best conclusion you can come to is that she's under a lot of pressure? She's seeing nuns and werewolves in a fire. They don't even specify what she writes about. For all we know, she does cookbooks.
Look, what do you suggest that we do, huh? I mean, she can't just shut her mind off like a light.
The doctor suggests that Richard and Marie go away someplace so that Marie can rest. Marie heads toward, made-up Townia, and Tom drives her there. Because...
Actually, I think he did it for Pierre. Isn't that right, baby?
Pierre Kirby, no!
He's been on such a downer lately. This would be great for him.
Do you need any company while he's gone?
No way!
You're so funny, Ducky. Yeah, just checking.
Yeah, well, you've done enough already. Thank you very much.
Mind the moose.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I love you.
I don't know. Could be left, could be right.
Oh, are you sure? The sheriff tells them how to get to the town of Drago.
I must break you.
In the creepiest way possible.
But if you get to the town, you're gone too far.
Hope he isn't in on it! What a useless guy! What is this, their first high school dance? Marie decided to wear the best in Amish fashion.
Ta-da!
He was there the whole time? The hell? Who decided to dress him? Ian Matheson? So Hairdo McMullet and the poor man Simon McCorkindale have an acting contest in which the both of them lose. Meanwhile, the audience takes up the thankless task of trying to figure out which accent Tom is going for.
I mean, it looks like we have plenty of room.
Look, Marie, he's got to get back. Tom's got to get back, right?
Yeah, well, if you need me, Marie, I'll be working out at the gym.
Look, if you need anything, just give me a call, huh?
Yes, sir.
No. I mean it.
I'm super serial, Marie. Super serial. So Marie and Richard are getting it on when they hear the howling. The next day, the two of them head into town.
This is really strange.
It's like they couldn't afford to pay the extras.
Where's all the kids and the barking dogs and...
I don't know. Maybe they all went fishing.
Good one. They visit one of the shops and meet Booby McAdultress. I can't imagine how business does in a town no one visits, but whatever.
Me. These are all mine.
Don't bother doing another take, no one will watch this anyway. Did they just cut off the bell jingle with the cut?
Are you jealous?
What, of a flirtatious shopkeeper? Give me a break.
Anyway, how's Tom doing?
Howdy.
You must be the new couple renting Wilderness Cottage, right?
Could this guy be any more obvious? They might as well just add evil music cues whenever he's on screen. In a repeat of the same scene from earlier, Richard and Marie are macking on each other when Marie hears the howling.
What?
I really forced that line, didn't I? Meanwhile, Pierre Kirby goes on an adventure. Marie goes looking for him, not realizing he's off fighting brightly colored ninjas somewhere.
Pierre!
What is that outfit? Celtic Woman meets the Golden Girls?
The woods are heaven to a house dog. There's no need to run up and talk to the sheriff.
She goes to the sheriff about her missing dog? No wonder he's got to stick up his butt.
Dogs run off all the time. Folk around here don't get too concerned. There's no big animals hereabouts.
And what's that howling?
Only howling I ever heard was a coyote. And that was a good many years ago.
I'm not suspicious. There was no howling. Why is he the only one with the southern accent? What part of the world are they supposed to be in? Marie is having a dream sequence later on, which is actually just clips from later in the movie that are slowed down with some fog added to them. Spooky! Also, just to be clear here, the movie never explains why Marie has these visions and what the hell the werewolves even have to do with her. She wouldn't have met them if she didn't have the visions in the first place, so what the hell?
He'll be back just like a man with his tail between his legs.
There's something so sinister about these woods.
These scary woods are super sinister.
Every night I've been hearing this howling.
Well, it's probably just owls. The woods are full of them.
Well, alright, we're about 20 minutes into the movie.
There's always
About
that
time
scary
those werewolves did something.
Why, Mr. O snoring scares the bejesus out of me. Don't let it worry you.
No, seriously, you don't have to keep acting like it's a mystery movie. You know we're 4 movies into the franchise now, right?
Oh, a lovely couple.
This was the twist in the first movie.
Here. Nothing was too much
For
trouble
fuck's sake, there's a werewolf on the cover! You can't be serious!
Excuse me.
Marie,
I thought it was a...
are you all right?
Are you okay?
Why does this town have a rickety old rope bridge? Is this Indiana Jones all of a sudden? No, you can't kill Pierre Kirby. Bullets are expensive and hard to come by. Consider yourself lucky, Marie. Marie is being followed by presumably a werewolf. Spoilers! I don't really get the Howling mythology. Since the werewolves transform every night, I'm assuming it's the moon in general that causes the transformation, and not just the full moon. But here we see a werewolf in the middle of the day, so fuck if I know.
There won't be another full moon for months.
Marie, what is it? What is it?
Wait, did it suddenly become nighttime in the middle of that scene?
Go away!
Go away, my child!
Get out of this movie while you still can! Completely ignoring her batshit crazy moment, Marie meets Janice, who says she's a fan of her books.
How do you keep all those characters and complicated events straight?
Stories with characters and complicated events? Whoa there, I'm just getting past picture books. Slow down, movie. Marie tells Janice about the Howling, and Janice says a friend of hers used to talk about the same thing. She explains that she used to be a nun and that Sister McGoogly Eyes was her friend. She, too, used to hear the Howling. Her nun friend was found wandering around mumbling crazy talk in Drago, talking about the devil and the Howling. She died shortly after. Marie offers to help Janice find out what happened. The next day, Marie meets a couple of hikers who are in town to see the bell tower.
It's a replica of a 16th century bell tower from Europe, and the bell is the original. Quite a history behind it. Evidently, the bell was rung to summons the townspeople, and when they were all inside, the tower was burned down. Apparently, there were no survivors.
And now we wander the world, telling exposition to all who would hear our story. The two of them head off into the dream sequence filter when this happens. Good luck, John! I'll meet you at the camper! A werewolf actually killed someone in a werewolf movie? Well, let's see what Marie is doing. Awesome.
Boil the water, honey. Your man done brung home the bacon.
What was he going for there? Mentally challenged Richard Norton? He stole his ensemble, too. Then McGoogly Eyes has an acting-gasm.
Don't hurt him!
Janice and Marie go into town to do some snooping, and the 4 extras they hired as townsfolk start acting suspicious. We are halfway into this movie! Show some werewolves! What people don't realize is that the title The Howling is actually pretty clever. The original movie wasn't called that because it had werewolves in it, it was because you didn't know werewolves were in it. The whole focus of the movie is what the mysterious howling is, which is why the revelation that everyone around them is a werewolf is creepy, and why the entire movie could be focused on the mystery until the very end. But look, we're in Howling 4, people. If you didn't get the twist from the first movie, there's some vampire and marsupial werewolves in the next 2 films to make the point crystal clear that these are werewolf flicks. The film isn't clever if we already know the twist, which makes 90% of this movie boring retread while we wait for the characters to catch up with us. It's basically the equivalent of finding out that Vader is Luke's father in The Empire Strikes Back, and then focusing Return of the Jedi and having Leia figure out the exact same thing. Add to that all of the similarities to the first film, and we've basically got the off-brand version of a much better movie. I guess I should talk about the plot or something. Basically, Marie is looking for the 2 hikers and goes to the doctor to see if they saw him.
No young couple came by here. Perhaps they hitched a lift to Twin Forks Hospital.
Well, let me just get back into my time machine to 1912. Marie and Janice go to a nearby priest to ask about the other nun's disappearance, while Marie tries her best to wear the very worst in 80s fashion.
The only thing she said was, well, it sounded like we are all in fear.
I assume because she was deathly afraid of shoulder pads. In the next scene, Marie is trying to sleep when she hears the howling. She sees some spooky trees outside of the window. So spooky, in fact, that the curtains apparently close themselves.
Bad continuity. Sloppy movie making. I see it happen all the time.
Billy Mitchell here decides to go to the creatively named bar for a drink. Oh wow, look at all those extras! What a big town! He sees Boob's slit dress and decides to stop by for a good time. Because, I don't know, it was in the first movie and they didn't want to bother changing it up. Did I mention I have my own hot sauce? Blah blah blah. Janice tells the story of the bell tower and says that people believed to be werewolves are burned inside it. She says this might be the case here. Marie doesn't believe her. She visits Dr. Time Travel, calls Manimal, goes back to Billy Mitchell. We are an hour and 4 minutes into this! Show us a fucking werewolf!
You were supposed to be resting, Marie. You weren't supposed to be running around with Janice like a couple of Ghostbusters. No wonder your dreams are getting...
No! They don't get the Ghostbusters theme. They haven't earned it. Richard meets up with Busty Homewrecker and Holy David Naughton, Batman! A fucking werewolf in the werewolf movie! It only took 70% of the film to get there! Business in the front was bitten by the werewolf, and Marie has the doctor see him the next day. The doctor says he must have fallen down a gully, and she goes to see him.
Richard.
Robot Richard activated.
You said you were attacked by a wolf.
A wolf, Marie? I fell down a gully.
Now I lack the capacity to act.
Are you all right?
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Well... Goodbye.
See you in Howling 7, I guess.
Bye. Richard, what are you doing?
I'm going out.
You should be resting in bed.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Marie. Marie calls Simon McCorkindale to come visit.
You son of a bitch!
Face it, Weeby, you'll never be the king of Kong.
Good to get back to LA, won't it? Guess I'm really just a city. I'll pack right after dinner, okay?
I can't go yet.
Why not?
I just can't.
Meanwhile, Janice comes to a shocking revelation.
We're all in fear.
In fear.
Werewolves are here. Werewolves are here. Werewolves are here. Werewolves are here.
Werewolves are here. Oh, God!
Oh. So, we are all in fear vaguely sounds like werewolves in here. I guess I get it. The second on-screen werewolf shows up and kills Manimal. We've got 10 minutes left. Do we even care anymore? Alright, let's finish this fucker. Richard melts into werewolf goo while the other villagers watch. Eee! Marie is being chased down by the werewolves because why not blow your werewolf load all at once, movie? no, my career!
Marie! Werewolves!
No shit, Marie. It's not like she told you about that forever ago. Janice and Marie take off into the bell tower, where they find the doctor.
You were right, Janice. They are werewolves.
Oh, thanks for the tip. We didn't notice. And why is he there? What is the circle of candles for? What is happening?
We must destroy them according to the legend. The tower must be burnt with the werewolves inside.
What? Says who? She shot one of them earlier. They're not that hard to take out. They go with this stupid plan, and Janice stays behind to ring the bell and summon the werewolves while Marie blows the place up. So if the werewolves knew about the legend, then why the fuck did they come when the bell rang? They could probably get out. They seem to be in okay shape. No? Just gonna die in the fire then?
Richard? Richard?
I don't think you can help him at this point, lady.
Richard?
Oh, it was just like her vision! Get it? Before Howling 4, I had never encountered a movie with neither a beginning nor an end. Interesting approach. Here's how it breaks down. Howling 4 might as well have called itself The Howling and just been a remake. It still would have been terrible and largely forgotten, but at least it wouldn't be masquerading as a near-identical sequel. And the effects aren't terrible, but by the time you get to them, you've either turned it off at this point or you don't care anymore. There are some cheesy things here, but overall I'd skip it. Next time, we're doing the Mind Warp.
No, Judy. I love you.
And now the wolfman came and stole my baby. Yeah, the wolfman came and stole her away. Well, he took her. That's what he gets. Yeah, and nothing can save her now except for silver bullets.
Are you okay?